we have the Hall of Fame induction for Jordan and Coach Pettit, so that's be a little side deal going on. I think that's Friday, so make it a special weekend. And I think there's a couple teams that are coming back. B. Ryan will have all the stats on that, who's coming back, what years. So it's a great weekend to celebrate volleyball here in Nebraska. We have two great teams coming in Michigan and Michigan State. And life in the Big Ten and volleyball right now is not real easy for anybody. And so it makes it exciting, makes it good for you guys to write stories, and makes it challenging for coaches and teams to try to find ways to get wins. So our goal this week is to try to go from good to great. And we're trying to get there. We've got a ways to go.
A couple times last week, some of the players mentioned that they had players only come to Jesus talk amongst themselves, not taking anything for granted. Have you noticed anything different about their kind of attitude? Do they approach practice or matches?
They've trained well every day this year. They've trained hard. The only thing I notice is that they are holding each other a little more accountable for effort plays or mental letdown plays that normally I would, but they step in and do it. So it's only happened twice, I think. So I just think they're trying to make an initiative of being more accountable. Other than that, I have no idea what else they talked about.
Are you glad to see them hold each other accountable and take that off of them take ownership over that role?
I think that's what makes great teams. Teams that are player-driven as opposed to coach-driven are the best teams. So I think our leadership is trying to stand up, and we've challenged our leaders, especially the ones that are playing, to they've got to have leadership out there, show leadership, be leaders. And I saw, Nickel, I thought this week, last two matches has really stepped up in that area, and Kenzie Knuckles has, and so we need that.
How much has the consistent lineup kind of helped with, you mentioned a couple of times in the past couple of weeks about players looking over their shoulder. How much has that changed this week with getting a consistent lineup?
Yeah, I don't know. You have to ask them how they feel about it. So it's, we're still, we still got to play a lot better than we're playing. So I look at these teams and stats, and we got to continue to get better every week.
Are you sleeping better? Because you said that the lineup changes were keeping you up at night.
I always sleep good.
What do you think has contributed to the conference as a whole getting better from top to bottom?
COVID year, everybody's got all their players back, and I just think college volleyball is getting more and more balanced. I mean, you look at Mississippi State knocking off Florida. Whoever would have thought that? As one example, there's been several. There's a lot of close matches, and I just think college volleyball is getting very, very competitive. There's a lot, and I've noticed this in recruiting. There used to be just a few good players everybody was recruiting. Now there are a lot of good players that everybody is recruiting, and they're just the depth and the quality of volleyball. I think it's the most popular girls' sport in America now, second in the world, and there's just a lot of really good volleyball players.
Speaking of that, have you watched what Caleb's been able to do at Ole Miss? I think they were 12-0. They knocked off Western Kentucky a couple weeks ago. I mean, is that kind of getting good coaches like her out in the head coaching ranks to build up those programs help?
Yeah, I mean, last year I don't think they won a match. I think they lost every match 15-13 in the fifth, or a bunch of them. And now she's been able to instill her culture there and build confidence, and get some of her recruits in there. I think they got a couple transfers. So that's another thing. The transfer portal, just like all the sports, is you can get good fast with a couple transfers. So it's a combination of all those things, and it allows those teams to be successful. But yeah, I mean, Mississippi State knocks off Florida. Mississippi's undefeated. Yeah, I mean, when's the last time that happened at this point of the year?
Hey John, you said that the goal this week is to go from good to great. What needs to happen specifically to that?
We have to be more disciplined. We've got to kill the ball better, hit for a higher percentage. We need to, there's some little plays that we're letting points kind of just sneak away from us that we shouldn't. Great teams don't do that, and So it's just a combination of those things, and playing with more confidence.
After the Louisville match, you said that you were a little bit concerned heading into Big Ten play. Do you feel a little bit better after you guys have 2 wins under your belt?
No.
Why?
I just said we got to get better. Well, you got to come watch video. I'll show you.
Specifically, Lindsay and Allie, how are they adjusting to college defenses?
Those guys, I think they're doing a pretty good job. Where they need to be better is like in blocking. The speed and the hitters they're going against, they're new for them. So just that's one area. Continuing to be able to serve tough, but I think both those guys have, are doing a nice job for freshmen.
Are there areas you think you made progress last week?
No.
Anything else?
Well, compared to Louisville, yeah, but no, we got a ways to go. I'm still. The message is going to be is we have not arrived yet today in practice.
John, is Lawrence Difference getting close to playing?
It's a great question. She's going to be in normal practice this week, so she was in. Of course, we played Wednesday, so it wasn't a true normal week. So I think we'll see how it goes. She's not playing until she says she feels confident. So that's between her and the trainer. But she will be in practice this week, and we'll see how that goes.
Did you see that 46-44 set Washington?
Yeah, I just saw the last point of it. So yeah, that's nuts.
What's the longest one that you played?
We were in a 30. I'm trying to remember who it was against. We were in a 36, 34, 38, 36 one year. I remember. Yeah. Yeah. That's two in-state rivalries that hate each other. It's amazing what that motivation will do.
Two of the teams coming back this weekend of that 2000, 2001, your first two at Nebraska. I mean, what do you remember looking back about those years, and what kind of the big memories first pop up to your mind about those teams?
Oh wow, that was a long time ago. I just know that that 2000 team. They're here all the time. They're very, very close. They all come back here and hang out. They vacation together. They have babies the same weeks. It's crazy how connected they are. And the 2001 team was pretty much a lot of those players minus 3 seniors, and we incorporated Nancy Metcalf back into it. And that was a great team. It's so hard to win national championships, but we got beat by Logan Tom, who had just come back from the Olympics the year before, and it was a phenomenal performance by her. One of the best college volleyball performances I've ever seen. That knocked us out. So that team was a great team. But yeah, those teams they had everything. So and it's cool to see how they've stayed connected. Okay, thanks guys.